Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I'm back with another fresh cup of coffee, even though, this episode happened days after in terms of releasing on YouTube. This is just a couple minutes. So back on this style thing for EditorConfigGenerator. So I think I determined here that I cannot use if, it is type declaration syntax. Actually, I think it's going to be a little cleaner this way. If node find, I don't have this here. I can't remember if ancestor or self would actually be enough. You know what I mean? Okay, what am I doing wrong here? The type arguments. Let's close this down, it's slowing me down. Okay, okay. No, it's that's not really what I want. It is not what I want. So, we're going to steal some code. Because when in doubt, steal code. Oh, I do. I've already stolen it. Well. How cute. So I could say here, find parent of if it's null, then it means you're not nested. Well, that just saved me a whole boatload of trouble. Okay, and I might move this, this is feeling like it should not be a local function because it's just going to make the function itself, I think, a bit too large. Yeah, okay. So, if we are not nested, then we return this. Else, you have to do the nested rule. Yeah. Oh, please. God. I closed one too many windows that I needed. Okay. So, for a class or a struct, is there such thing as an interface? Yeah, there is. Well, that sounded weird. Is there a thing as interface? Of course there is, but that's not what, yeah, it is a type declaration. Okay, the reason why I'm asking this is because nested, it's different. So if it's not nested, it is internal for all three. If it is nested, then we have to say if node is interface declaration syntax else, because that matters. And in this case, if it's an interface, the default is public. In this case, it's private. Okay, so we've handled one case. We actually have handled three. Please don't tell me a enum declaration syntax is a type declaration syntax. That would be so bad. Oh, crap. Well, it's a base type declaration syntax. It's not a type declaration syntax. There, that's a little bit like more specifics of what I need. And then I don't care of the parent. All I care about is that, yeah, that I feel is a little bit better. Okay. So we've handled a bunch of cases off the top here. Can you actually say that? Yeah, you can. Nobody ever does, though. Oh, you can't. Namespace declaration cannot have modifiers. Well, then why does this list say that you can? Oh, it's always implicitly public. Okay, so the only other one where we have to, well, not only other one, but else if node is delegate declaration syntax. What I should do, I think, for all these is just see if R is nested. Because I think for all these I'm going to have to check that. Yeah. If is nested. Else. So in this case, for a delegate it's internal. And then for a nested it's private. God, I cannot type. Okay, so there is no sweatshirt. My kids are getting up, so don't know how well this is going to be because they have to get up and up and up. So now the rest of these are just like, I didn't do enums. Else if node is enum declaration syntax. Public. Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, so an enum is always public. Permitted declared accessibilities. But no, you can say, I mean, I just I just did that, right? Yeah, you can say internal. So I don't know if I should trust this. There's a thing on Stack Overflow that I'm looking at. No, you can't say protected here. That would just be silly, right? Yeah. It could be internal. So I don't know if this is really correct here. I don't know about this. Enumeration members are always public, and no access modifiers can be applied. No, that's not correct, because I just said here internal. And it's not complaining to me. So I don't buy this. I don't buy that documentation is correct. Look at the language specification, yeah, because that's kept up. So, I don't buy this. I think it's true that public is the default. But I don't buy that it's, I think it acts like actually a class or a structure and interface, except that there's no difference with, if you don't specify it as public, I think. Yeah, see the C# language specification. You crack me up. Yeah, there are 5 forms, 5 possible forms of accessibility. I get that. But you're being a butthead because you're not telling me like what the default is for each of these. Yeah, that's just wonderful. Well, we're just going to have to fly with what we have. I do not agree, though, that enums are always implicitly public. I mean, that I just don't buy. I have to keep doing what I'm saying, as if you specify private for nested, that means it's the default. You got the delegate as internal and private. Okay. Okay, so we have classes, structs, interfaces, delegates, enums. And then the rest of these are constructors, methods, fields, except if you're an interface member. A field cannot be declared on an interface, but a property can. Why is a property not in the list here? Is it because a property is the same as a method? Is a property the same as a method? It doesn't have it on this one Stack Overflow thing here that I'm looking for. I will assume it means, you know, method or a property are the same exact thing in this case. Actually, for a, how do I want to do this? If you're giving me a constructor or a property or a method or a field. What about events? They don't have events listed here either. Yeah, interface members implicitly have public declared accessibility. That is not true anymore. Note that a type declared as a member of a class. Yeah, all. Whereas a type declared as a member of a namespace. Yeah, struct cannot have protected or protected internal. That makes sense because you can't inherit from a struct. A class you could. An interface can only have properties, methods, and events. What are all the things that can declare? Yeah. You can't. I would love for it to do code implementations, but it can't do that here. because it's not something that I am implementing. My guess, and this is where I don't like guessing, because assuming is bad, is that any other member declarations would be like methods or constructors, right? And we can't go by just what this says anymore, because I think interfaces are pretty much like a regular class now in terms of member declaration. So we can't assume that. And actually, now that I look at this, is that true? Could I say yeah, whatever. But could I make it internal? And that's okay. I make it protected. And I can do that now too. So it's not. It's just, yeah. It is truly just like a, no. So I don't think this qualifier here anymore matters. The default is private. Interesting that if it's a delegate. Well, this we have to be a little bit careful of. No, that would be bad, because a delegate is part of... No, you can declare a delegate just to say like public delegate Q, right? Except this isn't going to work because I so often do not do delegates that I'm like forgetting off the top of my head. Double. There. And then you don't have it being, yeah, it's not part, but I can take this and put it into a class. And now the delegate declare is nested. Yeah, okay. So a delegate can be nested. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I think, so in this case, or node is that. Because it's going to be the same thing either way, right? A delegate's either internal or it's private, just like those. So we get rid of one of these cases here. And enum declaration syntax, I'm sticking with this. I'm sticking to my guns. Oh yeah, if it's, I would say that, yeah. Wait a minute. No, I did this the wrong way around. This is this, and that's that. Because if you're nested, then it's defaulted to private. If it's not, then it's internal. Yes. If it's an enum and you're nested, let's say it's public, then it's internal? Else. Now we're just looking at things that are contained within an interface. Nest is really the, I mean, if it's a type, and then it's nested. If it's a member, you have to be part of a type. So that's kind of redundant here. So in that case, I don't know if it matters. I'm just struggling with how I want to qualify this. Which, if you're a else if node is constructor declaration syntax, or node is method declarations, or node is property declaration syntax, or node is event declaration syntax, or node is field declaration syntax. Now I could say here if, crap, I'd have to do it twice then. That's not really what I want. Let's rename this to parent. We're not going to make it a null here. We're just going to say if parent is null, is null. And now if we're going to say, because these have to have a parent, if parent is interface declaration syntax else. We're going to do one more episode because I'm almost at the time. And I want to see my kids get off to school. So we're going to do one more, and then I'm going to stop and actually do the day job. But that is all for now. And this is kind of a slug, but I think once we get to this thing and implementing this, then, we're going to get close. So, thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.